Sorry about the delay. I don't know if it's some pre-storm activity here, but we had a connection problem. So let me know if you can see me. Facebook shows that I'm live. Okay, so I wanted to talk. This is a follow-up to last week, and if you signed up for the body type video series, you may already be on day 3. I'm going to tell you really quickly how that works. If you're having a problem signing up for the video series, or if you signed up already like back in June and don't still have access to it or don't know where to find the catalogs, let me know. But the way it works is step 1, you discover your body type. Step 2, you learn the principles of flattering your body type and the shapes and the silhouettes you should be looking for. And then step 3 is the link to the body type catalogs, the wardrobe from scratch catalogs that I talked about in Friday's YouTube video. So that comes on step 3, on day 3, if you sign up for the body type video series. So if you're wondering where those catalogs are, I want you to go through the whole series because it's really important to know what you need to be looking for in order to make the buying choices and to buy the clothes that are going to be the best for your body type. So that said, like I said, if you're having any problem with any of that, email me, netta@nettamanley.com. I've already heard from many of you, but we did have a tech meltdown on Friday. I had hundreds of people try to sign up at the same time, and I guess my system was like, enough! Anyway, so that should all be taken care of right now. Again, email me if you've got any problems. But I want to get right into how to take those 12 wardrobe from scratch pieces and really get the versatility, the flattery, all of the things that you're looking for in that wardrobe. So the first thing I want to, the first tip that I want to share is to make it your own. So, I've heard from a couple of you, like I just had a comment today that, oh, there's a white button down shirt or blouse on every single essentials list, and I don't like them because I always get them dirty, and even though I have one that fits me really well, I never ended up wearing it, that kind of thing. You need to take these guidelines and make it your own. So if you take a big picture view of some of these essentials, and you can find a version that works for you. So for example, one of the more controversial is the white button down, because some women love it and some women are like, I have it, I don't wear it, I feel like it's boxy, I feel like, what is the broadest description possible of a white button down? It's a long sleeved, light neutral, polished top. So a long sleeved, light neutral, polished. I like buttons because in theory, you can wear it as a layering piece and you can wear it as a standalone top. It gives you that versatility. It doesn't have to have buttons, and it doesn't have to have buttons all the way up. It doesn't have to, unbutton completely. So you're just looking for a long-sleeved, light neutral top that is not a t-shirt. That's a little bit more polished, a little bit more elevated, because again, we're trying to get the versatility in our wardrobes, right? So if you're like, a white button-down top isn't for me, find a version of a light neutral top for you. If you are like, I'm not a t-shirt person, find a version of a short-sleeved neutral top that works for you. It can be a blouse, it can be a tee, it can be a light sweater. There's just a million different versions of a light colored short sleeve top. So make it your own. The other way to look at making it your own is to think about how much neutral solid detail you want on those pieces. If you do want a light, a white button down or a cream button down top, do you want it to have lace or some embroidery or some embellishments on it? Do you want it to be silky? Do you want it to have sheen? Do you want it to be very structured? Do you want it to have an interesting collar? Do you want interesting French cuffs? Like, what are the details that you can add to that white top to make it suit your personal style? The details ideally need to be solid and they need to be neutral so that you maintain the versatility in that piece. Now, you might decide, I just want to go with the basics because I'm just getting started and it's simpler, and it is. Or you might decide the basics just don't speak to me and I don't feel like I will ever reach for them. And so I'm going to go for a little bit more interesting pieces in these 12. Or you may do what I did and go for a mix. I have some basic pieces because I have a lot of other statement pieces in my wardrobe, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. And then I have some of my wardrobe from scratch pieces are a little bit more interesting. So you can go for a mix. So you want to ask yourself, how can I take these 12 broadly defined pieces and make them my own? Okay, that's tip number one. Second tip is I've had some questions about what if I really want all of my neutrals to be black? What if I want all of my neutrals to be white? My daughter is going through a white neutral phase. All of her neutrals right now in her wardrobe are white and cream. Can you do that? Absolutely. Will you miss out on some versatility? Absolutely. So you are, if you recognize that having certain pieces missing from your wardrobe or certain colors missing from your wardrobe means that you're not going to have that versatility, then you obviously can create the neutral color palette that you want. Now, where this can really maybe hinder you is that if these pieces are not just designed to be a standalone wardrobe. Yes, you can use the 12 pieces in the wardrobe from scratch as a standalone wardrobe, especially during a transition. It really, really shines during a transition to have those 12 pieces. But where they really, really shine is when you mix and match them with the rest of your wardrobe. And if you've only got one neutral, you're talking about only one neutral mixing and matching with the other pieces in your wardrobe. And so you're going to feel a little bit stuck there in terms of, so for example, say you decide you only want black tops. Maybe you feel like, well, now, black and navy is a really hot color combination right now. But just say you have navy in the rest of your wardrobe and you only choose black tops because all of your neutrals, you decided to make them black. Well, you've got navy pants in your wardrobe, in the rest of your wardrobe already, maybe. Or maybe you have, I don't know, something else that you don't love with black. Like maybe you don't love black with dark neutral jeans, or dark blue jeans, for example. Well, it only gives you one option in terms of a top color to go with all the bottoms in your wardrobe, right? You've only got one option. You've got that black to go with all the bottoms in your wardrobe. Same with the bottoms. Maybe you've got tops that you don't love to wear with black bottoms. Well, now you've only got black bottoms. You've only got that option. So my suggestion instead is to group your neutrals by category. This is the easiest way. This is like the introductory way of working with these neutrals with the 12 pieces. So for example, you can do your dark neutral, black, navy, or chocolate in your bottoms. You can do your light neutral, white or cream, or even blush in your tops. And then you can do your medium neutral, gray or camel, in your jackets. And then you're going to have a light, dark, and medium neutral in every combination. And it will keep you from feeling like, oh, I'm wearing two blacks together, maybe I don't like the way they look, or maybe the blacks don't match as well, or if I have light pants and a light shirt, maybe the lights aren't the same color. Now, I love tonal colors. I love neutrals that are a little bit off. I think it can look very, very elegant to do a monochromatic look in different textures. But when you're just getting started, this is a really easy way of making sure that everything is like, you don't even have to think about it. If you have a medium neutral jacket, a light neutral top, and dark neutral bottoms, it's always going to go together. You can close your eyes and get dressed. You don't have to think about putting together your outfits all the time. It just works every single time. Okay, so that's the second tip about really kind of working with your neutrals and deciding on your neutrals. The third tip is to really think about how you want to combine these pieces and outfits. So like I said, the 12 wardrobe essentials, the wardrobe from scratch, can really serve as a standalone wardrobe. When you take the basic version of those pieces and you combine them with each other, you're going to have an outfit that's going to include, if you're looking at a two-piece outfit, a simple piece plus a simple piece. Those are the wardrobe from scratch pieces are going to be simple. So you're going to have simple plus simple. You're going to have a basic outfit. Now, in tomorrow's video on fall trends, I'm going to talk about how basic outfits, or what one magazine called normcore, is actually really trendy right now. So wearing the basic tee and a basic jeans and a basic blazer is very trendy, or a basic tee and a basic jeans and a cardigan, very trendy. Believe it or not, wearing the basics with basics is trendy. But what I want you to consider is, so those are going to be simple plus simple plus simple outfits. Now, if you have statement pieces or signature pieces in your wardrobe, you mix the wardrobe from scratch with those pieces, you're going to have other possibilities. So one of those possibilities can include simple plus interesting, or simple plus interesting plus interesting. So if you're looking at a 3-piece outfit, you can have one simple piece in that outfit, you can have 2 simple pieces in that outfit, or you can have 3 simple pieces in that outfit, right? So that balance of simple pieces and interesting or statement pieces is really something that you can play with. Now, are you a simple plus simple person, a simple plus interesting person, or the final category, an interesting plus interesting person? Do you like to wear statements with statements, statements with staples, or staples with staples? Just different ways to put the same thing. So you really want to think about, and especially when you're choosing your wardrobe from scratch, you want to really give it some thought. Like, do I want to combine, do these pieces all need to be really simple because I like simple plus interesting outfits, and so I want to combine these simple pieces with my more statement pieces? Or do I want them to all be statement because I like combining statements with statements? Or do I want them all to be statements because the rest of my wardrobe is pretty basic and I want statement pieces that are going to make the rest of my wardrobe more interesting? So I hope that made sense. You can really decide, again, how many statement pieces and how many subtle pieces you want in your wardrobe. Okay, the third thing I want to talk about, or the fourth thing I want to share, is another tip, and it's to stick with one store. If you know that you love a specific store, and that's why when you look in the Wardrobe from Scratch catalogs, you'll notice a lot of pieces from the same stores. As much as is possible, I found all the pieces that I could find from J. Crew, found all the pieces that I could find from Nordstrom, I found all the pieces I could find from Old Navy, wherever, because it is easier to get those neutrals the same color and easier to have those pieces kind of cohesive and work together well. That wasn't always possible with a lot of times a store would be missing 1 item or 2 items and I had to find it elsewhere. But if you start by with your favorite store and then shopping your wardrobe from scratch at your favorite store, it's going to make the process of assembling a wardrobe from scratch easier and more seamless. Now, I want you to share in the comments what your favorite store is, and if you'd like me to add pieces from that store into the wardrobe from scratch. Okay, into those catalogs, because those catalogs, as you know, when you get access to those catalogs on day 3, I recommend bookmarking those catalogs because every Monday by 9 a.m. there are going to be updates in those catalogs. Okay, so bookmark them, save them on your browser so that you can refer back to them on a weekly basis, because we're going to use these wardrobe from scratch pieces as the foundation for our wardrobe, and we're going to add for your fall wardrobe, and we're going to continue to add pieces. I'm going to continue to make recommendations and suggestions so that you can build a wardrobe that really suits you. Okay, final little tip is to start with a suit or a set. Now, there are a lot of coordinated suits and sets in stores, and so if you're like, I really like, I have very classic style, or maybe you work in a professional wardrobe, you may want to start with a 2 or 3 piece set as the foundation of your wardrobe from scratch. So if that's, we're seeing a lot of 3-piece suits in stores. So if that's like a vest as your sleeveless top, a blazer as your dressier jacket, and then a pair of dark neutral pants, and they're all the same color, you know that you can always put those together and they're always going to work. Or if you wear the blazer with the t-shirt and the pants, it's going to work. So it just really helps to get those neutrals from the same source or even as part of the same set. So I hope that was helpful. I wanted to just clear up some questions and clear up some confusion about this first step in the Wardrobe from Scratch series. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I'm here for them. I'm ready to hop in and answer any of those questions. The body type series is linked in the comments, so definitely sign up for that if you haven't already, or email me, netta@nettamanley.com, if you have any questions. Love you guys. I will see you next Monday. I'm back to doing these Monday morning style sessions every Monday morning at 9, and I will see you next Monday for the next live. Love you guys.